So we're continuing. We're actually getting pretty close to the end of the game here. Just a few quests left to do. Last time we finished a lot of the actual stuff in the immediate top of the Arcs area. We got a lot of the uniques. I've gotten the full Devourer set for Beast, a few pieces of the Contamination set, which I'm now just sad that I don't have the runes for Fang. And we're now in the sewers pursuing the dwarf quest line. We entered in from Mikhail Ross's basement up on this side. And our goal is to get over to this left area here. Alright, and so to do so, we simply just need to get over there. So there's like a bit of a puzzle here with the darts and stuff here. But kind of a full disclosure. I actually don't even know how to solve it. You don't need to. I'm just gonna walk past and then jump over.
Careful now. That's a trap. Careful. I've spotted a trap.
I'm impatient, so I'm gonna use this rat. It's back.
There's enough death fog here to kill everyone in Arcs.
And there we go. You can just jump past pretty easily. Just avoid the puzzle entirely.
What's this? I found something.
Plenty of death fog if you feel like messing around with that. Chest up there just as a lootable, nothing unique in it.
What's this? I found something.
And then a random room over here with plenty of death fog in it. So there's more death fog in there if you so desire. I don't think there's actually anything unique in here. Let's just go check with Fane though. There's a chest, but yeah, just lootables, nothing unique. Honestly, kind of a shame if you ask me. And so we go downstairs, we'll immediately be confronted by a dwarf at the stairs, and we're not supposed to leave once you're down there. I've got nothing else to do, so we're just gonna head on down. If I can click on it, thank you.
A guard rushes in front of you, and before you can halt,
Marcus. Guard. Look. Isbiel. I'm well. Do as she said.
Yes, of course.
So you have a couple options here. No matter what you do, a fight's gonna
One we are
happen.
most certainly
You can walk
equipped
up
to
and they'll
handle.
have a long conversation with you. With Beast, you'll have a little bit more of a unique one with him. And you'll end up in this back area where the fight will end up happening.
Quite sure, Your Majesty.
You can also just attack them here if you want, which will start the fight early in this area and it'll also include the
One we
queen.
are most certainly equipped to handle.
Just gonna check your initiative, we're faster, which is good. I'm going to just do it normal. I'm gonna walk up, have the conversation, and then have us get teleported to the back and fight there. There's no reason to buff, you're not gonna have time to hold the buffs.
One misstep and I will.
One, Your Highness.
Mark the Queen opens. I know Isbiel.
Your Majesty.
Just any.
Oh, but you. Isbiel. Shut. Isbiel. Hush. You pitiful.
So the conversation when you have Beast in your party is significantly
Expect me to be silent.
shorter and not very interesting, honestly. If you don't have Beast in your party, you actually have a big long monologue of her recounting all of your amazing feats throughout your playthrough. It's kind of entertaining. But regardless, here we go.
You blink yourself awake to the cold gaze of 1,000 stones.
And then I end up down here, a relatively disadvantageous
You're
position.
aware. First, don't bother. How strong a death.
You're
You can't do anything, you're stunned the entire time. And gasp, we reveal that she's undead and a servant of the God King.
every ounce.
Do try. Ah, that does.
The attempt
Let's see now.
you struggle to...
Ah.
Isbale turns
She'll threaten
the
you with
valve.
death blocks. She won't actually do it.
God! Come!
Just hold on to your
Broken free
in
of
the
my
conversation
spell!
for a bit, and your magic armor will all regen. And the fight begins.
I've got to get out of this death trap.
Other than starting at a disadvantageous position, there's not much to really think about. It says any other fight, we look at our turn order, we see Isbale goes first. So the question is, can we stop that? The answer is yes.
Glory is mine. I'm ready.
I don't actually want to cripple her, I want her to run around as a chicken. Oh, I might have canceled it by accident.
Glory is mine.
Quite conveniently, there's water up here I can use. The only real question is, can I do it? Still hit you? Okay, that's good. Can I get range of you to global cooling just for damage on everybody up here? You're already dealt with your sleep. I can immediately petrify him because I got rid of his magic armor with Losa.
Morning is mine.
And we're kind of just, for the first turn, I'm getting everybody up here with some easy to apply crowd control. And I'm actually going to, I think, Peace of Mind Losa to give her a crit chance. Should be a little more useful this fight. Okay, so Isbale still a chicken. I don't have to worry about her. I'm actually going to set focus on him down here. Does this kill? How much crit damage do I have here? Don't think it does, but I don't want to really use my skin graft yet. Especially since I can just do something like this. Use one on him. Probably just set this up a little better. So we're going to group these two up. I'm going to use one of my ice fans on the guy down here, which will finish him off. That angle again, we get one. And then the other two on you guys. I see an Executioner proc here, in the form of Isbale. We're going to kill her with the teleport. And now they're grouped up for a shield toss. Fantastic, lots of damage, good crits. I'm gonna do this right on top of myself. so that I hit him but also give myself elemental affinity. That hurt. There's fire. I think I did that before. I think he'll be dead anyways. That was just a mistake, but relatively easy to manage mistake. Yeah, otherwise the fight isn't particularly different, you just have to get yourself up there in a better position. None of the bodies are really worth looting aside from Isabel herself. And also talk about just a bit of flavor text.
I'm not
So if I have...
And I...
They'll kind of mention what they think of her. We will ignore the death fog machine for a short while because before we do that we need to find the queen, and she is located conveniently by our icon inside the wall. Simply click through and you'll walk through. So Beast will be here to talk to Isbeth through the queen, and you get it to kind of pick for him.
Justinian.
What do you...
It's not about
Marcus,
So you're telling me,
you're right. And if I call me a...
Flash, you really lead me wrong.
So
Call it. I know you've got
since
my back.
Beast likes me, he's trusting me to make the decision. I'm actually just going to let her go.
We'll do as you say then.
Have you forgot you are...
Justinian.
You are the...
Before she
beast.
leaves, since I can do this with a party, who has the... If she has a key on her, and I want that key. Get a reward. If anything's good, pick it, otherwise just pick whatever's expensive. This key will be used really soon. And again, before we touch the death fog machine, we want to do some
Seems the
stuff back
queen
here.
can handle herself.
There is a note, Isabel's notes on the table. We want to actually read that, because it is related to the missing prisoners, so you read it and get experience. And there's more room back here, you could loot it if you want. There's not that much back and nothing unique.
Something.
Another death fog barrel. All we really came back here for were the notes to get our about 100,000 experience off if we read them. And now we get to decide what we do with the death fog machine. Unless you are an undead and are a servant to the God King, there isn't really any advantage to actually releasing the death fog into arcs. If you decide you want to anyways, because I don't know, maybe you just like that, so be it.
The great
If you have
machine
companions,
sits
almost all of them will hate you
pipe
for
with
doing
tentacles
so and
outwards
leave the
upwards,
party.
even through the seals of the great. A faint gossamer.
That other pipe leads to...
I don't trust that leak.
No one is safe as long as this machine stands.
So you have two options.
Crush it.
This is the one where you just automatically kill everybody. These two both are safe. If you use the destroy option, the area around you will start filling up with death fog, so you have to leave. If you do this one and flip it to the water, it's just safe for everybody
You hear the
involved.
howl of the frog as it travels the pipe towards the sea, and the machine winds down. The city.
And that's the end of that. Before we leave, the reason I pickpocketed Queen Justinia was that she has a room up here in the northwest area that uses the key to get into and open a chest. That chest has a unique one-handed weapon. The key is the only way to open that chest. You cannot picklock it, you cannot destroy it. So I'll go grab that and see if it's better than the current one I have for Beast. If you let Queen Justinia go and don't get the key off her here, she'll be in Lord Kem's mansion in the upstairs area. You can get the key from her there. And we have our unique weapon. So is this any better than my current one? I think so. I get the exact same strength and warfare, but I get an extra single-handed. It also has added earth damage on it, so it's a little better. We'll take it. check chests around to see if there's anything good in any of them. Now that we've freed the queen, or more specifically have talked to her,
Browse as you must,
because you
but
by all
do
means could kill her
respect my
if you really wanted to.
They are too
We can go back and talk to Mikhail Ross, get a reward from him.
A pleasure doing business. Yes? Really? Phew, this is... Then she is... It burdened... Mikhail returns.
Just take whatever's expensive if nothing's good. I'm getting a lot of mystical frames. I don't need mystical frames. I need power frames. I probably just won't get them at this rate. Quickly check to see if any traders have restocked. They probably have not, though.
God Woken, you return.
No frames. Unfortunate.
Pieces of our collective soul.
Mystical frame.
Yours to
Power
buy.
frame.
I've lit.
Alright. We'll just have to deal with it. That I can't fill up my slots on Fane's armor. So what's left now is we have to do the doctor up here in the top right. Specifically for Losa in particular here. Why does this happen sometimes? Why do you guys come here? Okay, so here's the doctor's house. We'll have Malady here. She's only here because we have Losa. She will take us to a demonic area to help deal with the doctor.
There you are. Thank goodness. Not as it stands, he'd overpower. Indeed. I know of a way we can. Excellent.
Malady,
Stay near me.
This is only accessible if you have Losa in your party.
We need to weaken your demon by. I believe you can. Powerful. And before you ask, no.
Am I able to grab that? There's a rune down there. I'll wait till I actually go through, because I want that. So if you grab one of them, it just like sets off a huge chain reaction, and it all explodes. I don't actually know how to open that without causing the explosion. I should actually experiment one day with that.
There's something in this.
Alright, so we have our candle. The way this works is you just kind of destroy or put the candles out.
no one.
This one you actually use rain on.
Has the flame got
I wonder who that was. There'll be more where this came from.
Alright, so again, before I leave, I'm going to grab the flame rune in particular here. Cause a big mess, but I really want that rune. Did it break? Is that how that works? Right. Yeah, I actually don't know how to do that whole thing. Oh well. I've just never bothered with it.
This won't do.
And then we have 2 candles here. Again, we just put both of them out.
Second verse. Well done, looks like...
True candle.
You know what you must do, Losa. Very good. Bye-bye. Not done yet, Losa.
And then we have the big reveal area of this sequence of events. Each one of those candles is a person, by the way. They're all people that sold their soul essentially to Dromlik. Looks like a lot of people have.
All those souls.
And here's where you kind of get to make a decision, and the decision you make here directly impacts the fight with Dromlik. I kind of want to show both sequences, so I'm going to quick save here. As my game lags when I try to do so. That's nice. Alright, just make sure that's there. Yep. So we're going to put the candles out first.
The candles twinkle in the distance. She's melodies.
We must stop. Just say the...
Candle is a sword. One into the dark.
Snuffing these candles is an act of mercy. No more will a demon.
Snuff the
You
candles.
do the... Close your eyes.
Power rate.
There. It's done. It's all done. There.
She pants.
Ready? Good. Come on. There you have it, Losa. Do you feel you still need...
Alright. We actually get a bit of reward, so hey, that's fun. We can talk about it. Your companions will be like, oh wow, that was
Having
interesting.
extinguished the flame.
One never knows. A visit to it.
There was no...
The door does not.
Los the doctor.
We go inside.
He's become. I can do this. This is it.
Losa, the doctor would see.
And then in the far back left, we have our doctor who is now weakened quite severely. You can even look at what the status does. You know, 50% to basically everything. So he's not nearly as tanky as he would normally be. Yeah, so we can walk up to him and talk to him.
So, you found me.
There's no mistaking. He stumbles.
So this is how you repay me.
I'm actually going to show this too before we start. If you look at him in his attributes and you see his initiative, it's only 37 here. If you start the fight with him through normal dialogue here,
But ours had we've become if that. But I won't. Will time. There is years divinity. Will you? There's nothing. But make no mistake.
alright, so we start our fight, he'll
I'm
transform.
very disappointed.
Now you'll see he goes first in all the turn orders, despite the fact that,
What you've made me
well,
do.
for some reason Spiel's not in combat.
Bad.
If you start the conversation with him through dialogue normally, he suddenly gets 1,000 initiative.
A lesson.
So, yeah, he's really fast now. So he just killed me in one turn here, though. I don't really care either way, because we're not going to do the fight this way. So we have our fight, we have a Dromlik, we have his nurses. He's quite strong. He actually one turns us. Okay, you have Dromlik, all the nurses, he's got a ton of initiative. We're actually going to not rush and go back in time here. That's the sequence if you put out the candles. He's fairly weakened, just him and the nurses.
The candles twinkle in the distance. She stands. Maladies.
We must stop him. This cannot. The time for thinking is over, Losa. It's a miracle we need to end. No one can make this decision for you. It has to be you. There is no. Just say the word.
Candle is a...
One in...
Snuffing these candles is an act of mercy.
Malady looks at you alarmed.
Then it's time for
Alright,
us.
so we're actually gonna not put the candles out. Malady will be quite upset at us.
Your eyes.
I'm well aware.
She glances.
It was nice knowing.
We don't even get a reward anymore.
Having
One never knows.
I would have seen...
Now the
And we're gonna go in again. And suffer from our consequences.
I feel him in my head, in my soul.
Losa,
He's
the
getting
doctor
stronger.
will see you now.
We have our demon, he's now significantly stronger, he has all his armor, a lot of health. So I'm actually going to split my party up because I don't want anybody being dragged into the conversation with me. At first anyways.
Ah, there you are.
There's no mistake.
It's odd. See, people, I assure you, ours have we've become so if that, but I don't. I won't deny. We'll both need to do better. There is no years. Divinity. There's nothing. But make no mistake.
Alright, so now the fight will start again. This time I'm not going to have all my party grouped up. We're actually going to position significantly better here. There's a pretty high chance he still just one turns somebody right off the bat. We'll see how it goes from there. I'll adjust accordingly. This is one of the harder fights in the game. But the main idea is I just want everybody split up so that he can't AoE us all at once. So you have another option here as well. If you start the fight by being an aggressor and just like attacking him, whether that be with a ranged attack or by teleporting him, he just simply won't gain the 1000 initiative that he's going to hear. Although because of the sequence that we've done, it won't matter that much here. I should probably just finish buffing you up. No reason not to. Beast, why are you so short? I can't see over the railing. Just gonna wait out the buff. I think we'll actually buff Beast up here as well. So he's going to do the same thing, he's going to transform again. But it actually kind of changes the scenario slightly. Also, we have more demons to fight. He's not going to do anything. He's instead going to sit here and just kind of do this thing. After 3 of his turns, he will attempt to mind control Losa. If you're playing as Losa, you have a chance to fight against this. If Losa is a companion, you just immediately die and Losa leaves your party. She doesn't die. She immediately becomes possessed and leaves your party, and the only option is to kill her, and she's no longer a part of your party. Alright, so with that in mind, let's go. So Dromalik isn't actually a threat as far as doing damage goes, which is kind of a decent potential outcome of this version of the fight. I don't really have a reason not to just kill you, I think. There's a bunch of nurses. Most of them are really far away, though. I'm not actually worried about like any of them, aside from the ones that are immediately here. They'll usually spend most of their turns buffing a Dromalik. So where do I want to go after this? I can actually reach you, so why not? I can miss. Do I not have hot hit on you? I do, you just must have a... I have 100% accuracy and I still missed you? Dang. Just got a lot of evasion. So the nurses are weak. I don't really care that much about them. The worst that she'll probably do is actually cast a healing spell on Fane, which will do a lot of damage. So instead, we're going to actually kind of group up a bit of these enemies. However much I can anyways. Let's check his resistances as well here. Unfortunately, he's pretty resistant to water. Can't do that much about it, so be it. And I'm going to actually preemptively cast this for next turn. A whole 700 damage. Not really worried about these guys. So you're far away, and you're really far away. Distance is a form of CC, so we're going to leave all of them to their devices here. And focus on these two demons. I was really hoping this would target him. What I could do... let me check the targeting here. If I put him here... And darn, that was too far away. So we're just going to do some damage.
Prepare yourself.
So we have our two demons here that still are going. Are they resistant to earth or anything by chance? Not really. Not really. Alright, so that's good. Okay, so we're gonna walk right up to them. Acids or poison dart in my face and him, so that I can get elemental affinity. And let's be a bit dangerous or aggressive here and do a nice acid spore to their faces. If I can. This will say it hits both of them. How much damage do I do with acid spores right now? Yeah, I should kill both of them pretty easily here. Just get that angle back that I had. He'll die on his turn, unless he gets healed by an elf. They're a bit greedy and going for a drama leak, unfortunately, so that elf, so that demon gets to die. But as I mentioned, a drama leak's next turn will just be standing there yet again. And we have until his next turn after that to deal with him. I'm surprised you didn't die to that. He's continuing his little spell. So you absolutely do die this time. So how do I want to do this? I think we just pump out some damage, I think. So yeah, we use our big combo just to get as much damage out this turn so I can start focusing on Andromeda so he doesn't get a chance to do anything. Well, in this case, I'm actually going to turn you into a chicken and then focus on him. I'm well aware this will not actually kill him or anything. But I'm going to do it anyways, just to help with magic armor. And something where if you see his, my Spiel's missing quite a bit of health off that, he does have Retribution, quite a bit of it, 20%. And so much else I can do here. Not really. I may have to spend a better time actually dealing with him in a later attempt if I don't succeed here. So Fane can here do a lot of damage since he's got Elemental Affinity here and lots of spells to throw.
Glory is mine.
That didn't hit. So I think what we'll do... How much does my autos do? Not enough. So we'll just use this. Okay. So we're gonna put a Gone Lake to sleep. CCing him does delay the turns of his possession of Losa. There's a chance the elves wake him back up, unfortunately, so we'll see how they go here. Yeah, okay, so they just woke him up. So we'll see how this goes. I'm pretty sure you can pass a persuasion check with Losa and be fine. If not, I'll just spend a better time dealing with him. I need to get him away from the railings so I can actually backstab him with Supiel. Kind of my issue this time. So let's see what happens. Oh, guess it's 4 turns? I was expecting him to have a conversation with me. I thought I had less time than this. Okay. Big damage spell. Alright, so something I can look at here with Beast potentially is I have my target here for my Devourer set. I'm gonna get right into space. I'm gonna peace of mind myself and hope I crit. Might as well challenge him as well. I did get the crit, which is nice. I got all my cooldowns reset, which means I can use adrenaline yet again. I see my next target over here. Let's set up a nice chain of events here.
Into the dark with you.
Okay, so I killed my target yet again. I now have all my cooldowns back. I can immediately adrenaline again. Fortunately, my next target's the Drum Lake, which is fine. We'll just kill all the elk this way. And that's kind of a little showcase of why the Devourer set is actually just ridiculous. Alright, so he's asleep. He's my last target. I might as well just spend this turn to revive Zabeel. And just use some of the scrolls I've kind of been stockpiling in this game just to heal up a bit. Mostly just because I can't really attack a drama like without killing myself if I attack it right now. So he was asleep, he doesn't get a chance to do his thing as a result of that. Alright, so I need you away from the wall so I can backstab you. Beast lost his turn because I had a bunch of adrenalines going. Alright, so I want to stay on my water so I can use spells here. Okay. Use Terraplex, I still have it, just in case I don't finish him off. But I believe I will.
The demon draws its last breath and exhales in it as the last of its rage and hatred leaves you. Claws shred, the vision flashes away, and your mind faintly. You are in control.
And that's the Drama Lake fight. I was a bit incorrect in that it's 3 turns. Apparently he has to do 4 turns to successfully control Lohse, which is convenient. Made it significantly easier. So there's an argument to be made to actually not putting the candles out simply because the Drama Lake himself just doesn't do anything if you do it that way. But then you also have to contend with the demons. You can also start the fight without even being in conversation, which also makes the fight easier since he won't get that massive boost to his initiative. And now we get to my favorite part of the Lohse playthrough, and why I like playing as Lohse the most. Before I do that, let's fix your position. So we have your loot.
The loot is absolutely familiar.
And that's Losa's song that you can play once you finally get the loot back from the drama like after he's dead. Oops. Okay. So now that he's dead, did one of them have a key for this? Yes. Can finally explore around his house. This one's locked. Wow, that's a shame. We can't get through. And we can go into his nice and
Prisoner. Poor soul.
nice, amazing basement. This was actually the dude in Driftwood in the bar, like saying poems and stuff. And in the back we have Jehan, who didn't fare so well when he faced the Dromley, and we can now free him.
In the squalor of the...
Oh, Losa, kill it. A drummel so fast. Yes, I thank you. I must only hear.
And we have ourselves a kind of interesting area down here. Eternal artifacts.
Protected by magical shields.
We'll be using those shortly. As well as some interesting lootable uniques. Very, very interesting uniques. Like weird -5 thieving, like 7 strength. This is like an actual potential option if you're playing a 200 warrior. Depends on what you're using. Chances are you want the full Devourer set. But, I mean, this is, like, on its own, probably better than the Devourer gloves. But again, the full Devourer set giving you the whole resetting mechanic is kind of crazy. There's also the helmet, which isn't good. There's really no reason to use this. The heart, kind of another situation. There's really no reason to use this. You get less action point per turn. These, which have no downside, so it's kind of interesting. Your juxtaposition here, where it's like we just suddenly have this. There's no reason not to get this, and the same. This where there's another potential item for finesse users. Sets erratic wisp, which is annoying if you get hit though. The way you get these is by simply breaking one of them with water. I want to open the left one. Let's make sure that happens. Simply put water or blood underneath it.
When one unlocks, the other locks. How annoying.
This is now locked forever. There's no way to open it anymore. Another eternal artifact. That's kind of all that's down here. Alright, so let's actually look at these. So we can look at this here. 3 wits, 2 scoundrel, and a lot of initiative. These are quite good, so I'll be wearing these on Sabine here. I now have a lot of even more initiative. No, I'm not going to use this. I think the problem is I value the initiative too highly here. But new pants, pretty good pants for any finesse character. There's really no reason to get the other side unless you are playing some strength user that for some reason isn't using the Devourer pieces. Before I actually kind of leave the Drama Lake area, I wanted to show something. I should have left the pyramid up there. I have to walk all the way back up now. So, if you aren't playing as Losa, and you come here and talk to the doctor, you get offered by him to ally with him. and share divinity with him. If you decline, he'll simply kick you out of his house. Now the problem with this is once he kicks you out, there's no way back in to actually fight him if you wanted to do so. Unless you left a party member in here and then you pass the pyramid around and all that stuff. But what if you didn't do that? What if you're playing solo? You know, all that sort of stuff. What if you get kicked out? You can no longer get in. What do? There is actually a way to get inside the house. And we will show how to do that. So way back in Act 2, I had grabbed one of these. I have two of them here. Fish, or Voidwilk and Fish Exchange. If we go east of Andromeda house, down all the way to this area, there's a barrel here. Now the barrel's empty. It's grounded, it can't be moved. So how do we get into the house? It's quite simple. We just put a pyramid in the barrel. Now our pyramid's in the barrel. We use the scroll that we acquired back in Act 2 on the barrel. And suddenly our pyramid is gone. Okay. We can still teleport to it.
What's this place?
What is this place? We are now in some weird, strange area.
Junk.
And we're back down here. So that is how you actually get back into Andromeda's house if you get kicked out and have nobody left inside. Alright, so that's... Look over the map real quick. I don't think there's really anything left.
You ended
Oh.
my suffering.
This is the tree back on Blood Moon Island that we learned the name of Dromlake from.
I am made of...
Once again, we've received a mystical rune frame. This is an interesting weapon. It's not very good, honestly. It does total piercing damage, which I guess you could make an argument for in some fights, but there's a very low chance this will actually be worth using in any position.
Get out of here, you dirty mutt.
So I'm kind of just browsing over the map to see what's left. I don't really have any quests left aside from the main stuff now. There might be an ambush down here. I don't know the exact trigger of this. I'm pretty sure these people are affiliated with the God King, so I think attacking Kem or Isabel might trigger it. Nope, no trigger. Maybe if you have to leave one of them alive. You can get ambushed on this bridge. I just don't actually know the exact trigger for that. Alright, so we've done pretty much all the quests. We've done most of the main actual fights. If you desire, you could do some murder hoboing. There's plenty of paladins around. There's dwarven guards you can kill for experience. I'm not going to bother, I don't think. So the next actual main quest is to talk to Sanders. We were told to come talk to him by Lord Arhu. And he will help us finish up the
A
game.
visitor.
The toys.
One.
The puppet.
Impressed. Now, what can I do for you?
You found Lord
I
Arhu.
haven't had many calls. Held captive? Then I was right. But it seemed in order to hear, you must wear good luck.
Alright, so he just gives you the amulet because Lord Arhu sent you. You need to wear the amulet. And then eat a bunch of bodies. You can also just eat source orbs.
Oh, my amulet is glowing with source.
How many do we need? 5?
My amulet is already brimming with source. It cannot contain more.
Alright, so we filled the amulet with source. You can use source vampires or just eat orbs.
Greetings. Fully, you'll need the when you have both the charm. Good luck.
And he now gives us permission to walk through his house. We go upstairs. Once we get in range of a puppet, they will talk to us and attack us because the God King just sort of temporarily takes control of them.
Puppet?
Emperor's permission granted.
The puppets were...
You have hampered me long.
I need you out of here so I can backstab you.
Glory is mine.
I believe they are weak to water. Not quite. At least that one wasn't. Quick and easy fight. Not much to really think about. They do drop some source orbs that you can grab if you so desire. Just a source orb by a different name. And we have an altar in the back. The Toy Master told us the password, so we defaced the parchment.
Nearby quill and dig
Georia.
it into an inkwell. The ink is a...
And we need this in particular, and we'll grab whatever else we want. We'll pass, I think. Okay. So we have both the amulet and the scroll now. Quickly sell off my junk. Not that I need the money, but it's in my inventory and I don't want it there.
Some are still good. What you looking for?
I'm not picky.
Browse as you must, but do respect my wares.
Okay, so after you've gotten both, the quest dictates you go talk to Lord Arhu, so we'll go do that.
I hope you did the right thing, overthrowing the Magisters.
It might have been long enough that they've updated their stock. Maybe I can get some power frames again.
God Woken, you return.
There's one. And check for any good rings. Pyro into a Geo, huh? It's tempting. Are you using Arrow Third right now? You are.
God Woken, you return.
These are quite good gloves, although I've got the... I don't have any gloves on. Okay, so I'll use this. These are really good helmet for a summoner, if you still need one. Anybody got really bad pants on? You have the unique ones. What about your pants? The Hydra ones, okay. Right, so we have the amulet and the scroll.
Bring the amulet and the scroll to
Tell
the
him what awaits.
It is a room of
And he tells you about a specific room fight.
5 with each lever is named for a virtue.
You find the levers with the initials
Find
power.
the levers whose initials spell the my dear. The divine he knew in my But this
Get more
is
lord
it
if you
me.
want.
I knew Lucian would defend Rivellon from oblivion.
Yeah, so since he updated, I'm gonna go check the other traders that can have runes because I really need some power frames here. This goes on Sabine. Yeah, I gained one more initiative, a little more crit chance, which isn't relevant, but still more initiative.
Pieces of our collective soul.
You just lost your frame, huh? We don't even have a frame now. And we go check Tarquin. We also have Jahan on the boat again, so we can check him. So we'll do a very quick, I guess, looking for a dagger, maybe some jewelry shopping.
You must truly savor my company, Godwoken.
You are all useless. You have no frames. This is essentially the same thing as the right one. It is technically slightly better for me because it has accuracy on it.
Soft, aren't I?
But I'm not gonna buy it. Just don't really need it.
Jahan runs his fingers across his temples and scalp, intermittently squeezing and massaging, as if nursing a severe headache.
I don't see anything that's going to be interesting here.
His voice. I'll enjoy.
Quite a landing.
Do you have anything
I
else?
should
Think
know
you do?
better by now than to think we're safe.
You always bring me to such wonderfully destructive places. I'll never find somewhere quiet to settle down.
Okay, so we can combine with a frame. And I just get to look sadly at my armor as I have 3 empty rune slots with nothing to put in them. Suppose we'll just stick some runes in here just because. Some more armor, so why not?
Death of me.
There might be one more trader that potentially can have runes I can check. Not this one, but I'm just checking to see if he has a good ring or
Take a
anything.
look at what I've been working on. Go on.
Nope. But while we're here, grab all my artifacts that I've been saving up for the game. So I think the lizard up here actually can sell runes, maybe frames. So let's go check. This blue one that had the weird unique stuff in his inventory earlier.
My wares are quite unique, I assure you.
Okay. Oh well. Okay, so we have our eternal artifacts, and the way these work is you combine them with a piece of gear, and it permanently will buff that piece of gear. It consumes the artifact. These ones that kind of look like broken versions, you attach them to weapons, and they'll get electric damage on them. I don't remember if it overrides the other damage. It might. I'm going to kind of quick save just to see if I want that or not. So I have 18 and 19 fire damage here. It'll add electric damage in particular. That's not what I want to do. Combine with. Nope, it just adds it. So that's good. So we add ourselves some air damage because why not? So I have 3 artifacts, which is perfect because I have 3 weapons that I'm actually attacking with, which is beasts and spears. Okay, so just more damage, because why not? For the artifacts, I'm going to go actually quickly pull up what they do. Alright, so the Eternal Artifact, and they do a specific thing no matter what type of gear it is, so whether or not you have a unique strength piece or a finesse piece, it will always add the same to the helmet. So for example, adding one of these to a helmet will give it 2 finesse and 1 huntsman, adding it to a chest piece will give it 10% air resistance, adding it to a belt will give you 2 strength and 1 warfare, adding it to gloves will give you 2 constitution and 10% earth resistance, adding it to a pair of legs will give you 1 polymorph, 1 air resistance. On boots you get 1 thieving and 0.1 movement. On a necklace slot you get fire resistance, 2% crit, 5% dodge, and then on a ring you get +1 scoundrel. As far as what I specifically am looking at here, the helmet and the belt in particular is good. 2 finesse, 1 huntsman on helmets, 2 strength, 1 warfare on belts. I'll be adding definitely 1 for Sabiel's helmet here. There we go. Now he has even more finesse. The belt gives 2 strength, 1 warfare. That is obviously good on you. Some uniques you can't put them on. I don't know what. There's not really a way to tell other than just trying and failing. I was able to here though. I was not able to here actually. It did not change, I don't think. Am I crazy? I think it used my artifact. You can also put it on your belt for the warfare. Right, it did here, so I should have had more strength on you though. This feels like too many stats though. So we got 3 left. Other options that are potentially good are on your necklace, which gives you a little bit of crit chance, and on your rings, which give you scoundrel. What am I looking at? I'm considering just adding the rest of them to 1 person in particular here. I think we'll do it on Beast just because. Give him the rest of them, so he'll get an additional crit chance and scoundrel for crit damage. Wrong one. Get back there. I can't even combine this with anything, so I can't do it on this. Interesting. So we'll do it on the 2 rings, which will give us scoundrel, which is damage when I crit. And then I guess we'll just do Fane's necklace then. Can't combine. How about Losa's amulet? There we go. So we've used our artifacts, did a little bit of buffing on different pieces of gear, including our weapons, which now just do more damage, which is always nice. So all that is actually left is to go to the final area. We have our scroll, we have our amulet, we know how to get past the room of levers. You don't need to talk to him to get past that room. If you just simply know it, then you know it.
Greetings. Or do you Lucian's day at the site?
I actually have a free slot here for some reason.
I pledge my heart.
Life, oh Lucian, please return.
Touch my heart. Lucian, please return. Lucian, please return. Please return. I pledge my trust.
We'll also do Mortal Blow. That'll work. So this statue, if you talk to it, is going to ask you some questions. whether to figure out if you're pure or not. This includes have you ever killed, have you ever stolen, have you ever lied. If you've done any of those at any point throughout your playthrough, you fail and immediately die, just like this hopeful program did. There is an achievement tied to successfully passing the Path of Blood by doing this. The easiest way is to simply just hire a mercenary off of your Lady of Vengeance boat, have them do literally nothing but run here, talk to the statue, and you can succeed that way. But since we have our
a switch.
There, a switch, which is what these two are for.
There's a curious looking panel. There's a slot in the amulet fits the button.
Put the amulet in, produce the scroll.
Gears, a nearby hatch in the floor unsealed.
We have our hatch. And we're in the first room of the tomb. This room is where you would meet Corone from the Past Mistakes questline, the child that turned into the adult mage that I killed in the sewers. When you're here, he doesn't have the stealing your turn initiative. And also kind of a fun fact that I found out on one of my recent playthroughs, because I went down to fight him in the sewers because I wanted the crossbow on for my ranger, but I had actually messed up where I killed the skeletons, but Corone lived and then killed the person that I was fighting him with. And he left. Corone just sort of left after that because I didn't have any of my other party members nearby. So the quest line continued because he escaped. I still got the crossbow because I killed the skeletons. But then when I showed up here and he showed up, he re-summoned all the skeletons. And I actually lost my crossbow because it gave it back to the skeleton that had it initially. So I no longer have the crossbow anymore. So if you kill the skeletons, or specifically the one with the crossbow, and take the crossbow but let Corone leave, you then lose your crossbow when you get here, but you can get it back after killing the skeleton. I just found it was interesting when it happened and it confused the hell out of me. So we have ourselves a tomb. It's empty. It's too heavy.
No sign of Lucian's body.
It's supposed to have Lucian because Lucian's supposedly dead. So here we are met with your pretty classical pipe puzzle. The goal is pretty self-explanatory. You set up a path so that the blessed water ends up in front of this blessed water. Same with the blessed fire. You'll need to get your own blood, which is what this grate here is for. So you put blood there, and then once you're done with the puzzle, you bless it and let it go. So oddly enough, you don't even have to do the puzzle. I don't know if this is intended or not, but you can actually just put your pyramid on the other side of this barrier. And by doing so, we can just teleport to our pyramid. And we're now over here, we can jump down as we want. I don't know if this is actually intended. There is a chest here, but for all I know, this chest was just intended to be just sort of here for decoration. It doesn't have a unique in it. If it had a unique in it, then that would make the mystery quite easy. So it might be, so now we're down here, but why are we down here? We still have to do the puzzle, right? No. The thing with this puzzle is it's not actually, you don't actually need to get Blessed Fire here. You simply need to match the surface. So what we can do instead I was hoping that would work that easy. Well, you simply just put the same surface in each. Once this thaws, it will work. There. So now they're both water. So that's all that you actually need to do here. I feel like this should have worked when I did this. There we go. Yeah, okay, it does. You can simply clear the surfaces or add your own, and it works. And congratulations, you've solved the puzzle. if you enjoy sliding puzzles, or the pipe puzzles, go ahead and do it. It's not the most difficult puzzle out there. So I'm actually going to split Sabille off here because we're going to do this room a bit differently.
Venture blood need to cross this very.
Alright, so here we have the room that we were talking about with all the levers. Each lever has a word associated with it. As mentioned by Lord Arhu, we need to pull the levers whose initials expel power. So for example, this one is an E, so we'll need to pull that one since the letter E is a power. It does not matter what order you pull the levers in. Now if you walk forward or start walking around, you'll be in a fight with a bunch of imp toys, a bunch of demonic imp toys. And throughout most of the fight, they're just going to run around pulling random levers, which have all sorts of different obnoxious effects, one of which in particular is the death sentence, basically where it turns all of your characters into cows. It's an entertaining fight to do maybe once. However, we can simply just avoid doing the fight altogether. I'm going to go invisible.
Look out! I see a trap nearby.
And just pull the levers out of vision.
Quiet. Careful. I've spotted a trap.
We have E,
Something happened.
W,
I think.
P for power.
That lever did something. I could feel it.
There's an O in power, so we'll pull that one too.
Spotted a trap.
And then righteousness.
It feels like that lever did something.
Right, so we pull all the levers, and all the imps go away.
Careful now, that's a trap.
So you can avoid the fight generally if you have something that can go invisible. If you're in the fight, basically just prioritize the levers. They don't need to be in the right order, just spell the word power with the initial. We have a strength chest piece over here, which due to the existence of the Devourer set, this is a bit too little too late. It is quite good though, if you for some reason don't want to use the Devourer piece, or you just have multiple characters at one strength. Honestly, the most annoying part about this is that it comes literally right before the final boss, so you don't get to use it to actually get here. And we're in the final boss area.
Must be getting closer to Lucian's crypt.
We have Fane in our party. We'll be met by a little bug that he'll talk to.
You reach for your weapon. It looks at Fane. The void. It promises Fane turns.
Do you know this? It's only about 1/3 back. Important. She tells me the power of I could have my old life again. On the surface, yeah. The Eternals. No. If the Eternals come home to
Fane
this
trusts
world,
us, so he's not actually going to.
It's just.
He's not actually going to betray us.
I can't.
Alright, so final fight. We've done pretty much everything else. They were fully decked out characters. So let's start this area and see what the options are for us.
The truth hangs heavy.
Upon entering, we'll be knocked down, and our allies that we've collected throughout the playthrough will join us and have a bit of a short conversation with us.
Come here often. Looks the of man.
If you want to read it, you can. When we gain a buff where none of our source abilities actually cost source for this fight, that's quite good. And we have ourselves our big area down here. We have Lucian and company. Alright. So what I'm going to quickly do, at least for Fane here, we're going to just... where do I want this? Because he's got elemental affinity. So I'm going to put a little poison blob somewhere. And we'll just put it right there. So there's actually a couple ways you can do this fight. I'm going to first show what I consider to be the easiest method. If you're doing an honor run and you just want to make sure you don't fail, this is the method I advise. Also, I actually forgot to somewhat change here. I don't need 72 initiative on Spiel. You actually only need 70. Lucian, who is the fastest fighter here, has initiative of 69. So I could have min-maxed my stats a little better, got less initiative here. More finesse, but it's fine. Alright, so the best way, or the easiest way, we're just simply going to walk up.
I and
You can read it if you want.
I long ago sight our king during the set when my people I was it was the fate yes fate everything up but she knew it
Dallas's reason.
she didn't and then I took up
Well, that's
one more
I had to as divine.
yeah to strengthen
The void you see.
the eternal
The void of
the planet
we have made.
Disa
There is no. We only lack yours.
as a good
The world shall not know this.
we already
Another sacrifice.
then let us show some
Sealing the veil will lock our people away forever. Though if they return...
Thane turns to you.
And you, my fellow adventurers.
You'll be a hero.
Don't let them do this to...
But...
No, never.
Alright. So the easiest way to actually do this fight is to actually side with Lucian here. You surrender your source for the good of all of Rivellon, despite what our characters just said. So we're going to show this first.
Good.
yes
She raises.
Now, Friedemann, who's actually practiced Rex, with this method he immediately breaks free.
A bright you left. Kill him. Do shut. Yeah. Or did you? It was okay. Kill him. Too. You would.
And the fight starts. However, he's the only enemy. We immediately get drug into phase 2. And remember, this is because we actually agreed to give up our source to the Lucian and company.
The God King hears my. He sent to your father. Come to the Source King.
Right, so the Kraken gets summoned, it spends its turn summoning a bunch of enemies. Which are all the nice big bad enemies that we've met along our way. We've got Isbale, Kem, and Salome. The Kraken doesn't do anything else, and these all spend their turn running towards us. He might get off a plague. And that's all they do. They spend their turn getting summoned and walking all the way to us. So what makes this method so easy is we have very few actual enemies here. They're all on our side. The only actual target is Brachus Rex. So we're just going to focus him immediately. I did a lot of damage. We're going to teleport him into the middle of my teammates. fight's over. So that's by far the easiest method, because you have very few enemies. The only target's actually Brachus.
Rex.
And the enemy spends their whole turn getting to you, and nothing else.
Wrong. Thing is, I know you'll have my
beast bar.
Well then, I never let alone. I cannot imagine someone.
Fane.
Do you know?
Listen, I've had and then all I want and long. I know you.
So all my
You kiss
companions will let me become divine if they want, if I want to.
You think you must. It's time. Shall you be divine? After all that you ought, what shall
So you can choose whatever you want based on your own decisions. Oddly enough, no matter what you pick here, doesn't change how these guys react despite initially allying with them. We can also say, you know, I want to be God. So that's the easy way to do the fight. Let's not side with Lucian this time, though. Let's make some enemies. What do I want here? I actually want Phantom Knives here. Alright, so because there's a conversation, I can kind of do a bit of a pre-buff with Sabine here in particular. We'll do that.
Losa. Godwoken. Dallas.
Lucy.
Lucy? Yeah. Unfair. With our the seven when
I was in the crew. Yes, Fane.
Everything.
Up.
The hammers.
She's you.
Dallas.
She's sexy, and then.
Well, that's
one more.
I had to. As divine, I was created.
No, man. The plan.
We have made.
Decide.
There is no. We only lack.
Then let's.
Toast. Sealing the though if
feigned,
and you'll be a hero. Won't like that, but.
No, never.
Right, so before the easy method was you actually surrender, but we're not going to. We're going to fight.
I understand. Your sac.
I'm sorry.
So the way this fight ends up working is if you kill either Dallas or Lucian, you get put into phase 2 because Friedemann frees. The other thing that can happen is if Friedemann gets low enough health, he'll automatically throw you into phase 2. But with that in mind, let's focus a bit on actually doing the fight now. So Lucian goes first. I want to stop him from going first, if at all possible. So let's trade places with him. And remember, all of my source abilities don't cost source while we're down here in this fight. I'm setting this up just for a nice Phantom Knives here. And might as well pull out the guns. We're going to skin graft and everything. Do it again. So we have Dallas going next, but remember, part of the goal is if we kill Dallas, Friedemann frees. If our goal is to not go into phase 2, we don't want that to happen. So I kind of need to balance this a little bit, where I try to make sure I deal with Friedemann here as well. Wait for my water to settle for elemental affinity. What resistances do we have on Dallas here? I should be good to actually deal with you. Can hit all 3 of them. Alright, that's pretty good. Nice AoE now. Didn't quite do enough to freeze her. We'll be fine, I think. I was more focused on making sure Friedemann didn't get to go. So Friedemann's frozen. We can start focusing on the weaker NPCs. Probably just straight up kill one of them. In particular the Geist. Teleport him onto the Archer. So that when I have shield toss, it'll bounce to the Archer. Alright, so let's see where this takes me. Okay, good. So I want this to put me in a position where I hit both of them and I can battle stomp them both. Still kind of being wary about Dallas here, where I don't actually kill her. And we're still looking at Friedemann. So Friedemann's undead, so I can't use... I would like to use Acid Spores just for the damage, but I can't. I'm not really worried about characters like the Elementalists and stuff going. I'm not really scared of them. Ooh, Laser Ray is pretty strong though. I should have been scared of her. It's all going wrong. We'll see what they do. I'm curious if I can pull this back. I don't think I can. So be it. I'll just make sure the Elementalist doesn't get to go. Is Beast shocked him? Yes, Beast is still stunned. Alright. We can do the start better. Or I did the start fine, I just need to make sure I actually pay respect to that Elementalist. Now I know. She has Laser Ray and will one-shot somebody. Anyways, so we'll do the same thing though.
Yes.
The fame. She didn't. One more.
I had as divine.
No, the plan.
We have made.
There
is no. We only.
Then show some.
Sealing the though if faint, and you'll be.
Won't like that, but
No, never.
I ask yours.
I'm sorry. You've come so.
Alright, so we can still start it essentially the same way though. I don't have Phantom Knives this time for some reason. I can actually save Skin Graft though this time. That's a very strong chicken there. We'll pay more respect, I think, to the turn order this time with my movements. So we have Dallas and then the markswoman going next. And now we have the Elementalist going next, and we're just not going to let that happen this time. I might have the damage to actually kill her. She's my target after all. So I get my Executioner proc plus my Devourer set proc. I'm not going to use it all yet. Don't really have a reason to. But we can throw another shield. So Wiedemann's frozen, we have the Geist. I still have my poison this time for elemental affinity. So this is actually somewhat of a balancing act on this one, because if Wiedemann gets low, he starts phase 2. I don't know if he does it while frozen. So I'm actually probably going to leave him. Not do one more spell on him, I think. Because I have an idea for him. It's for you, Mr. Geist. No reason to let you go. And we need to be able to go. I actually need to deal with him. Thinking about it, I can't do Wiedemann right now. That's what Gag Lord is for. So they're both wet, they have no armor. Global cooling should be enough. I want to say it's like a 1/3 health is when he forces us into phase 2. Suppose we'll find out. Worst case scenario, I can just kill these guys and then do phase 2 otherwise normally and be fine. Just keep them CC throughout the entire time. So you're frozen. Let's set up for next turn. Suppose what I could have 2 options. I can keep trying to finesse this, making it so he doesn't get to phase 2, or I can just straight up kill both of these guys on one turn here. Which might just be the better option at this point.
Are you feeling poorly, Dallas? I call...
How? What?
Wiedemann cackles.
You let... Kill him! Do shut. This is not the too late. You...
Okay, so that doesn't matter how low that he gets, or how low he gets, it's if they get low too. So I go into phase 2. I don't think it changes that much of what I have to do though, because it still starts the same way where he'll come over here, he'll do his normal shenanigans of summoning the Kraken and the allies, but the allies will spend their turn getting here. The only difference this time, as the first time I showed you, is now technically these guys are still enemies, but as you can see, they're kind of low, so it'll be fine. He actually has the AP to do two things this time, just because of my positioning. Okay, so with that in mind, we'll continue the fight as normal. Look at the turn order, we see that he goes next. Fortunately, Salaman goes next as well. But we'll deal with him first. And just do whatever damage we can. We'll see what Sallow does. Maybe Sallow's strong enough to kill everybody. So the main target is still Vreedeman for this fight. So I see if I can get him down here and do something with him. I do still have this. Problem is I'm now plagued twice because of Salaman. How much does this do? Probably just keep stripping some armor if I can off of him. I'm hoping that she attacks the enemies and not me. I might have to retry this one more time. Now we have the Kraken going soon. And everybody's immune to poison too, which is also annoying. Maybe Beast will save the day. The goal is to not go into phase 2, so this does probably be a wipe. Or if you do go into phase 2, you do it with the Divine squad on your side. Alright. Do one more attempt. This is definitely the hardest way to do the final fight, other than the first method I showed, where you side with them, you get thrown into phase 2 immediately, but then the only target's Brachus. I do need to do one thing that I apparently didn't do before. Let's look at this. Don't really need these spells, we'll get this back. If I get really annoyed by it, I could always just power Clastic Eruption. I kind of want to not have to do that, though. So we'll try not to. One thing I will do here. We'll finally use Battle Stomp. So I could have used it in that the last attempt.
I am.
Aren't they just
I long
of with the when we
my people. Yeah, fame. Every people.
Dallas
Yeah.
Dallas is
She said she did, and
well. That's
one more.
I had to as divine. I
know the plan.
We have made
Disa.
There is no. We only lack.
Then
Show sealing the blow, Thane, and you'll be it.
But
No, never.
I understand your sacrifice.
I'm sorry. You've come such a long way, but there is.
All right. Let's do this better this time. I've actually a fan of knives this time. Still have skin graft here. If I really want to pump more out. Do I want to? I think I will. We'll start with a really strong turn. Get an Executioner and Devour proc on this guy. No Dallas is okay. Oh, I immediately can shield toss again. Let's see if I can. I think I can kill Freedom in here. If I crit here. There we go. So I've killed Friedemann, so phase 2 won't happen. The only problem now is the Geist, but that's, out of all the options, by far the best. With the only problem now being this. So just as a bit of safety, I'm going to go invisible with Surreal here. See if I can run to a safe spot first. Kind of just away from anybody. This is mostly assurance, since Surreal can't do anything else. We'll see what these do if they kill anybody. This is so I don't have to worry about that huge consequence. And we now have a free chance to revive our now dead ally. Is there water somewhere I can put you on? This would be good. So much smoother. So Lucian isn't actually undead. So we can finish him off with a nice blast of acid spores. Because why not?
Lucian struggles to rise.
My time is
Dallas.
Wrong. About power. Thing is, I know you'll have
Beast bows.
Well then, I never drink. Let alone. I cannot
feign.
Do you know? I believe you will.
Listen, I've had and then all I want along. I know now.
You think back on your journey.
So
here.
we did the easier method first, where you side with the gang, and then you can just kill Friedemann. We got to showcase what happens if you don't successfully stop phase 2 from happening. It was a disaster, and it happened, and we all died. And then we finally did a successful version where you actually keep them at bay while also stopping the phase 2 from happening.
You think of them, you think of, you look, you think of what you must. It's time. Shall you be divine? After all, what should
and you now get to decide, do you want to become the next divine? Do you give source back to the world and everybody becomes a sorcerer, nobody's special? Or do you allow yourself and all the worlds to be purged of its source? Whatever you decide is entirely up to you. And yeah. I'm just going to quickly click one and then just end. If you want to see the sequences yourself, play the game, beat the game, pick what you want, and go from there. And we're now on the final boat, right after the prologue. What was the epilogue? I don't know which is which actually. And that is Divinity with a mixed damage party. Honestly, the overall function of it being mixed damage wasn't too prevalent. I suppose the main takeaways from this playthrough that I would advise you to take: damage over defenses in most scenarios. When fighting, you look at the turn order. Make sure, at best, if possible, don't even let the enemy get their turns. Because even if you try to build tanky later on in the game, certain enemies will just kind of kill you anyways. If you've watched up to this point, or even just skipped around to particular fights and happened to be here, thanks for watching my guided playthrough. I hope you've learned enough and also got to laugh at any potential failures that I've had. So, with that, thanks for watching. Goodbye.